Hello, and welcome to Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja on the Commodore 64. And this is a coin-op conversion of a Data East coin-op. And never actually played the coin-op, so I can't really rate it as a conversion. I mean, it looks fairly similar from the screenshots that I've seen, but yeah, I haven't played it. And in the background, it's quite a nice tune by Jordan Dunn. It's nothing amazing, but it's quite good to listen to. I used to quite enjoy listening to it back in the day. And the usual suspects of programming by Dave Collier and graphics Steve Waheed and Jonathan Palmer. At that point, familiar names to any Commodore 64 owner, if he liked his Ocean games or his Imagine games. So let's get started. So this is beat 'em up. So it's a scrolling beat 'em up, and graphically it looks pretty smart actually. Lots of high-res overlays on the sprites and lots of sprites, lots of enemies on screen. But this is where the game starts to fall down a bit, as you'll probably notice pretty soon. There's quite a lot of graphical glitches in the game. And enemies start to just magically warp their way around the screen. But for some reason, this doesn't actually prove to be that distracting. The game somehow manages to remain playable. It's reasonably enjoyable to play. A lot of the moves are pretty useless. Depends on the opponent actually, but the flying kick move tends to work on most of them. But yeah, you can also kick them. There's a knife to pick up. That's quite useful. He says, not using it at all. But yeah, I find this flying kick move to be the most useful. But I tend to spend most of the game jumping around like this, looking like a right idiot. I haven't spotted too many opponents magically warping their way around the screen yet, but it will happen. So it looks like the game is fully developed, but didn't have much time in the place testing department, I think. Obviously they just rushed it out for the holiday season. And the glitches aren't actually that bad on this level, they do get worse. Here's the end of level boss, who looks a bit like the guy at Karnov, looks like Karnov, and which was also a Data East coin-op. So I'm not sure whether this is on deliberate or not. But he certainly looks quite a bit like him, but maybe he looks different in the coin-op. So we're on to level 2, which is rather impressive scrolling background on this truck. Yeah, the in-game music is it's a bit shit, to be honest. It's just a sort of basic drum beat with a sort of squirty sounding lead. But at least it does have in-game music and sound effects, and they don't cut each other out. Yeah, if you just jump, if you push up normally, you do this sort of low jump. If you hold on fire and jump, you jump much higher. Yeah, so graphics, apart from the glitches, the graphics are great. Patterns are pretty good, and the sprites are very nicely drawn. So the sound effects aren't music, the audio is just nothing to write home about. Apart from the title tune, which I think is quite decent. But in game, it's nothing to write home about. The gameplay, yeah. I think it's best to stay on the truck until it stops moving. Yeah, it's ridiculous glitches now. People floating in the air. Oh, it's almost like Cobra. But unlike Cobra, this game somehow manages to remain playable despite all these glitches. It is actually quite good fun to play. Yeah, this guy just jumped and kicked in the face a few times. He's not that hard as a boss. Now the game is unfortunately a multi-loads, which is understandable because there's quite a lot of variety in the graphics. But it's not every level. I think this is the third level now, and it still hasn't loaded any more data. I think it's after this it will load some more. So you get you do spend more time playing it than waiting for it to load, I think. Well, I mean, I used to play this on cassette back in the day, and what I find is, you know, once the game's over, I just couldn't be bothered loading in the first set of levels again. I would normally just turn it off. But I definitely enjoy playing it. Yeah, maybe they should have got rid of these high-res overlays. High-res overlays. What is the plural of high-res overlays? High-res overlay? No, it must be high-res overlays. I got distracted there. Yeah, maybe if they got rid of them and just had some chunkier looking graphics, but and less glitches. I think things. Yeah, I mean, look, it's starting to get ridiculous now. You go to kick somebody and he just disappears and appears over the other side of the screen. I mean, Dave Collier was, you know, a great programmer. He did lots of great conversions and stuff in the 64. Stuff that looked great and sometimes played great. So I'm surprised that he would have let something with so many glitches make its way into the shops, but yeah, I guess they were just pressed for time. Right, so not much point showing you more of the game. I think you get the general idea. Yeah, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. It's a playable game. I quite enjoy playing it, despite all the glitches. As a coin-op conversion, I can't really rate it. I've never played the coin-op. So it looks, from what I've seen on the screenshots and stuff, it looks fairly close. I suspect there'll be some things, some small details that aren't quite accurate. There might be some missing levels, I'm not sure. Not sure how complete it is. I think there's about 9 levels, and the game is fairly easy to complete. I think this boss is, yeah, he splits into, if I remember, he splits into, yeah, different ones. He splits into sort of clones, you've got to find which one he is. Yeah, he's got an energy bar down the bottom. I can just keep kicking him in the face. So that's Dragon Ninja, 6.5 out of 10. Worth a play. Just don't get your expectations too high. But yeah, it's loading in some more graphics. Yeah, for some reason the graphics, the colour scheme goes a bit odd for this level. I think the black high-res overlays, high-res, why can't I say that word? The high-res overlay goes from black to brown, and it makes all the graphics look a bit odd. Don't know whether that was intentional or a bug, but yeah, you can see the enemies start to whopper all over the screen. So yep, see you in the next video.